Hey guys, welcome back to Home Built, and today we need to make a bracket. Okay, so before we get into things today, I just thought I'd mention again, go and check out a new site, Porsche Parts by Jeff. If you want to get Porsche parts for anything, shop there first. It's a price comparison website. We don't sell anything, but you can compare from, I think it's about 30 different shops from all over the world now. There's 150,000 parts roughly. I've actually used it quite a bit myself for little bits and pieces. Some of the things I didn't even realise I could get. I've managed to find things on there. It's really cool. And Rainier, who's actually the guy who's built the site, has actually gone through. He's added a few little icons at the bottom of each listing now, so it'll tell you whether it has free shipping available, whether it's in stock. There's a bunch of different little icons, and also there is on a couple of these things, they have a little voucher button on the bottom of these where you can get a bit of an extra discount on some of these parts if you use a promotional code when you buy it at checkout. So it's well worthwhile. There are a few deals on at the moment, so get in there. There's a few specials through Porsche Parts by Jeff, so go in there, have a look, and all right, it's time to start getting stuck into this. Okay, so those of you who've been following along will have seen that I am going with a e-throttle on this car. So it's a remote throttle body, no cable. It opens up a bunch of different possibilities like cruise control, idle control, all these sort of things that the computer controller on the car. So I'm running with this, and this is out of a BMW M5. It's what I'm going to use, the motor I'm going to use to control the throttle, but I need to work out a way to mount it to the back of the engine here. So I've just sat on my bell mounts here just to make sure I've got some clearance, and as I showed you last week, I need to sort of get it in a nice spot so I can line it up and access everything properly. Some of you did point out, and I didn't even think about this, that I was concerned that I wanted to make sure that the pivot of the motor lines up with the pivot of the throttles, but so that it pivots like that rather than sort of like that, because it might not be a linear curve. But some of you did also point out that because I'm running an e-throttle, I can balance that all out with settings in the ECU, so it doesn't matter that much. But I think I still will try and keep it relatively straightforward for the time being, keep my as far as keeping the movements the same, just so that it's less things I have to sort out later. But that said, now I need to work out a way to fit this on here. And in true Project Binky style, I need to make a bracket, which is why I wore my Project Binky shirt today. And if you guys haven't checked out Project Binky, if you like my stuff, you'll love, in my opinion, it's the best show on the internet, on YouTube. It is really, really good. Project Binky, Bad Obsession Garage, well worth checking out. Anyway, moving on. Let's see what I can do, and I have to do some head scratching and come up with some templates and see what I can do about making myself a bracket to mount this motor somewhere around here to actuate the throttles. Okay, and this is what I've come up with so far. So just sort of measuring out the angle I need so that I can have the pull in a nice straight line with the motor, and obviously there's a cutout because of the shape of the base of the motor. This will sit in quite nicely. It'll still give me space to put on the plug, but also it's got folded down edges all the way around so that it can actually give it some extra strength, because I'm going to make this out of 1.6mm plate. Like steel sheet, so it's not super thick. If it was flat, it would be too flimsy, but with the folded edges, it'll be super strong. It won't go anywhere. It's not going to flex when the acceleration is done. And I'm going to bolt it onto the side of these two ITBs where the throttle bracket actually goes. I'll join onto there, and now I've got to try and make out some other form of brace to hold the other end of it to my engine, and that is the next challenge. So I have my template. I actually have an extra little piece that I made up that I'll just add into the whole design. This is where it will actually mount onto the breather bolt, one of the breather bolts on top of the engine, just to brace it, and then I'm going to add an extra brace in afterwards. But for now, I'm going to trace this onto my piece of 1.6mm plate. It's got a bit of surface rust on it, but I'll clean that up before I paint it up, and we can cut it out and start folding it up, and hopefully we actually have a pretty cool little template. I'm really happy with that. That actually works quite well. It's quite a rigid structure. There's a little tiny bit of flex in here, but when I bolt this all down, it'll be good. But either way, I think I'm going to add one final third support in sort of from this mounting point here up into the middle here, just to make sure this thing is absolutely rock solid, not going anywhere. But it works great. It really does. It's fantastic. So yeah, one more support on here, and we actually have a bracket. All right, and here you go. Here's my final little piece of the bracket. This is bolted down here, folded up. I've marked my holes where I need to drill through. So now I'm going to drill the last holes for the actual motor itself, and also drill the hole for the support bracket, and then I can weld in some captive nuts. All right, so now that is the paint is outside, it's drying, and I'm going to leave that for a little bit, and then I'm going to go back over here and keep working away on putting the expandable sleeving on the loom here and making this side all tidy. I did the other side last week. Let's keep going on this side. And there we have it. We have a bracket that holds my throttle body motor. It's rock solid. It's not going anywhere, and that's quite satisfying. But I can also see why Project Pinky takes so long, is because that bracket took pretty much all day to get it right. But it is great. It's as I said, it's rock solid. It's not going anywhere. That is going to do the job well and truly. But it's not super heavy duty. It's still only 1.6 mil steel plate, but it's all folded in ways that it is rock solid. I am really, really happy. But that means that I am out of time. We are getting there slowly on this. It is coming together, and I'm really enjoying the process. I'm not in a hurry to get this car done, as you could probably see. I just want to do it once and do it right. So make sure you go and check out Porsche Parts by Jeff. If you need any parts for Porsche anywhere in the world, check Porsche Parts by Jeff first and search for all the parts through all the major stores. And if you're looking for Christmas ideas, go and support the channels that you enjoy. All right, that's it for me. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram for updates, and we'll see you in the next one. See you guys.